We're so used to hearing about gaining wisdom from the older generation, but honestly, I feel as though nowadays there is so much to learn from the younger generation about confidence, about self-growth, about doing well with making money on socials, about just so much. Everything from relationships to finance to mental health to world politics and human rights. So today we're talking about Gen Z wisdom and the way that you can use the Gen Z vibe to actually completely reshape your life, rewire your brain, make yourself as happy and successful as you possibly can, and to just have the best life where you feel like the main character all the time. I'm actually a millennial, but I love the Gen Z vibe, and I am all here for it. The first nugget of Gen Z wisdom that will change your life is Delulu is the Salulu. I came across this on TikTok and I was like, what now? And then somebody went on to explain the concept and mind was blown. Like why should I live with my depression and my self-doubt and my fear of failure when I can be delusional and think that I can have it all? Because honestly, that's how I'm actually going to manifest it. If I sit there thinking about my reality and being lost in that and being so practical, I'm never going to fulfill any of my dreams because I'll be too afraid to make them happen. I'll be too focused on being rational and practical. So instead, be delusional. It really is the solution. It will make you so much closer to achieving your dreams. It will make you want to put yourself out there fearlessly. It will make you just feel like your brain is being rewired to think in a different way about the world. You'll feel full of hope and you will be so excited about life. You will just be living in your delusional world, not giving any Fs about what people are saying or thinking about you, and just being like so happy. And honestly, the more you delude yourself into thinking things are great, I'm wonderful, I'm on my path towards success, the more you will genuinely manifest these things because your energy will be spot on towards getting you there. So remember, my friends, Delulu is the Salulu. Secondly, romanticize your life. Honestly, I love the fact that it's not even so much about the aesthetic anymore. Yes, we have like incredibly wealthy, well-established influencers and people romanticizing their life and showing us clips of how perfect everything is. But we also have people who are just so ordinary, like students, for instance, or nurses, or just whoever. Ordinary people who are literally romanticizing their life, they're putting it out there on socials, or they're just enjoying it for themselves. They are literally embodying a main character energy and just thriving because they just have so much like self-respect, self-worth, self-love, all the good stuff that literally leads on to you having a good life. And they just value themselves. They just know their worth. They know how much they have to offer. And you can honestly romanticize anything. You can romanticize making a cup of coffee. You can romanticize going out for a walk. You can romanticize having a phone call with a friend. Like, anything can be romanticized, and honestly it makes you value the small things in life so much, and I love that. That is where true happiness lies, because when do we ever have grand things in our lives? It's very rare. It's like a one-off occasion, but we have small moments every day, every moment of every day throughout the day. Everything is a small moment, really. And so it's like, you know, you just have to romanticize that. You romanticize it, you appreciate it. It fills your life with so much gratitude, and that is the truest secret to happiness. The third piece of Gen Z wisdom that will change your life is confidence, baby. Now, in the past, I think a lot of us were raised to think that you need to have a certain kind of beauty or like degree level or just even job, profession in order to be truly confident. Like, you need to kind of have these things that society validates in order for you to like deserve to be confident. But that is being completely questioned by Gen Z, who are just confident, who believe in themselves, even though they may not be highly educated. They may still be studying, and they may be students, or they may even be people who've dropped out of school, and yet they'll be slaying it, you know, slaying the scene, doing their thing, making good money, and just being really successful and doing it with such confidence and such self-assurance. It's so inspiring. It just goes to show you don't need to be like 50 years old with like multiple years of experience in a profession to be confident. You don't need to be somebody who's got a degree from a top university to be confident or successful. You don't need to have, you know, an incredible network of people and be from an upper class family background and, you know, just be like in with the big dogs to be confident. You can literally be the most authentic version of yourself and be so confident with it. And another thing that I love is that now we are encouraging confidence, especially because of the vibe that Gen Z have. We are encouraging confidence with all kinds of body types, all kinds of body shapes, all kinds of skin colors, all kinds of like ethnic backgrounds and cultures and religious beliefs, and like we are just letting people thrive as their authentic selves, and that is what people like to see. That is what people appreciate and value. When I was in school, it felt as though you have to be a very specific type of person to be labeled cool and to be accepted, to be able to fit in, and that is just being turned on its head completely now. If you have that sort of really stuck up persona and you're really stuck in your ways, I just don't think you'll be popular in school anymore, because people just value you being yourself now and just embracing your faith, your identity, your just you being you is what makes you valuable. And I think people are realizing that, and people are becoming so confident within themselves, within, you know, just their authentic selves, and it is so empowering. I love that. This brings me nicely onto my fourth point, which is authenticity. Now, let's be honest, Gen Z are breaking generational curses. They are calling out gender inequality, they are calling out classism and racism, they are calling out so many things, and it is amazing to see because they are stopping the traumas, the cycle of trauma, they are stopping the cycle of inequality. They are uplifting people from different class backgrounds, different, you know, genders and sexualities. They are just doing the world a service through helping people understand how important it is to let others be their authentic selves. In the past, I feel as though there was so much pressure and emphasis on really fulfilling your parents' expectations or the expectations of the elders in your family and assuming that they know best. But teenagers nowadays or young people nowadays actually make you explain everything to them, and they question everything. They don't just take your worldview and your belief system at face value. They want to know why you believe in certain things, and they will question you. And if you do have beliefs that are basically filled with inequality or just toxic traits, you know, for instance, the South Asian culture is highly patriarchal, and I've grown up in a way seeing the way that boys and men are given values or are given treatment that is slightly different from women. And you know that there's things that men can do that women would never be able to get away with, basically. And so it's just made me think that this new generation is so attuned to that, and they really value the truth and honesty and authenticity above any of these like family traditions or values, and that enables you to truly break free of cycles of trauma, of cycles of generational curses that people have just been stuck in for centuries. So you literally stop caring so much about what people are saying or what your community wants or what your family thinks is best for you. You think authentically about what you think is best for you, about what your worldview is, about using, you know, knowledge that you've gained, whether from the internet, whether from books, whether from your school and your education. You use that knowledge to make your own decisions and to have your own mindset and your own worldview and your own belief system. And it is so empowering because instead of being stuck in, like, a lot of the times a very narrow-minded view of the world and of people and of relationships, you just figure out what you want, what you believe in, and you go after that. And that is where I believe true happiness lies, because if you constantly just do everything that, you know, your ancestors recommended or your family, or it's just like a family tradition for you, it's not necessarily going to fit you. Every single generation is different, and you should have the courage to question everything and to look for answers and to actually once you find them, to actually act upon them. That is when you will be authentic towards yourself. And Gen Z are doing this with such confidence, and it is beautiful to see. The fifth and final point is that Gen Z are chasing their dreams unapologetically. I love the fact that there are so many young people who are setting up businesses, who are deciding to actually make money through different means rather than going to school or just knowing that university isn't for them, for instance. They're just so aware, because of the internet, I guess, of the different means of like making an income, of becoming stable, of becoming independent at a young age. And I think that's actually really, really healthy, especially if, for instance, you're from a toxic household, or you're not happy with your, you know, how your childhood went and what your home is like. In the past, I think it would take years to escape out of that. But now there are so many different means of making money. You can literally Google right now or look on YouTube right now, like, how can I make money as a young person or as a teenager? And you will have that information at your fingertips. And I love the way that young people, you know, people who are of the Gen Z generation actually just chase their dreams unapologetically. They go for it. They have this amazing sense of self-belief that I don't think I had, like, when I was younger. And I honestly respect it and value it so much. And I think there is so much to learn from that. There is so much wisdom to be gained from that. Like, you do not need to have so many resources or so much money or a really intense like education and lots of degrees in order to chase your dreams. You can start at any stage. You can start even when you're really, really young. All it's about is showing up. It's about consistency. It's about believing in yourself, and it's about being positive and just having that sense of hope that you'll be able to create an amazing future for yourself. And I see day in, day out, all of these people from Gen Z, like a really young group of people, just making it happen, and I'm so proud of them. There is so much to learn from that confidence, that ability to unapologetically chase your dreams, that ability to turn your thoughts and your ideas into something practical and actually make a living out of it. And that is just some of the wisdom that I believe that we can gain from Gen Z. Thinking in this manner has really helped me to live more authentically and confidently and chase my dreams with a passion. So I highly recommend implementing some of these things and seeing the change that it will make in your life. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I truly hope you enjoyed today's video. Please do remember to support me through liking, commenting and subscribing, and I will catch up with you guys next time. Bye.